Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. First up, the trash rag known as Business Insider. Makes a living trying to dig up dirt on big-name conservatives. They hit that Dave Portnoy, the Barstool guy, really hard, and now evidently they're going after Elon Musk. According to Business Insider, court documents reveal that Musk secretly fathered twins in November of last year with Siobhan Zillis, a top executive of one of his other companies called Neuralink. This guy's got more companies than I can even imagine. According to the documents, a judge in Austin, Texas, approved a petition filed by Musk and Zillis in April to change the names of their twins to have their father's last name and contain their mother's last name as part of the middle name. Critics, as this all gets unearthed by Business Insider, were quick to slam Musk for the secret twins, warranting this response, because it's nobody's friggin' business what an unmarried man does. Doing my best to help the underpopulation crisis. A collapsing birth rate is the biggest danger civilization faces by far. Now, of course, the revelation from Business Insider was designed to damage Musk's reputation. That's all they care about doing, right? Destroying anybody that might be somewhat conservative. But the opposite is happening. Musk often rants about the world's collapsing birth rate. He's not married. He can have as many kids with as many women as he wants. And you know what? I think people that are smart enough to create billion-dollar businesses should be having more kids in this country. What do you think? Next up, a former Biden presidential campaign surrogate and Netflix star will be doing serious time for being a total pervert. Jeffrey Harris, a former star of the Netflix reality docuseries Cheer, will spend the next 12 years behind bars after pleading guilty in February to one count for receiving child pornography and engaging in sexual acts with a minor. Harris held an Instagram chat with Joe Biden just weeks before becoming a person of interest in an FBI investigation into sex solicitation. According to court records, Harris requested explicit photos from a 13-year-old on Snapchat over a 15-month period, solicited oral sex from the child on 2 occasions, also obtained pictures from a dozen other minors, and engaged in sexual activity with yet another. Nice. Next, we say it here all the time, credit where credit is due, and it took a while, but CNN has found that since the entire country now hates Joe Biden, they can finally start holding him accountable for the horrific job that he is doing. Take a listen.
You see all these headlines in recent weeks, recent days even. Washington Post, Democrats can't rely on Biden. Vanity Fair, Joe Biden's plan to nominate anti-abortion judge even more absurd than previously thought. Here on CNN, after a string of Supreme Court setbacks, Democrats wonder whether Biden is capable. Politico, New York Times, Atlantic. You see it go on and on and on.
What's that Bruce Willis line? Welcome to the party, pal. It didn't stop there. Correspondent Audie Cornish calling out Biden for always blaming Putin for everything.
Even the economy, to some extent, you've heard Biden say this is Putin's fault. I think that excuse is sort of wearing thin with people across the board. There is this sense that he's not quite getting where he needs to go.
I mean, if you're Joe Biden and you turn on CNN and you're not getting friendly reporting, it's really over. I mean, it's just painfully, painfully, painfully over. When you've lost CNN as a Democrat at this point, because they haven't even lost MSNBC yet. There's still sycophants over there. They will follow Joe Biden down to the pits of hell. But when you've lost CNN, that's bad. It's really bad. And finally, the National Education Association, which is the largest teachers union in the country and is also horrifically awful. These are the people that did not want your kids to ever go back to school so the teachers could lay around the house for the rest of their lives. They had this assembly in Chicago, and they have announced that they want to see the term mother be changed to birthing parent. So they're offended by the word mother over there, and they want to get rid of it. According to the resolution, using this contract language, members need not worry about how a Board of Education solicitor defines maternity leave, mother and or father. The language is an inclusive reflection of how LGBTQIA+, that thing keeps getting longer every day, members build families. Now, moms who actually live on this planet and live in the real world are understandably furious over this. One mother even had a great label for this union, which, not a big fan of unions. She labeled the NEA, National Education Association, as the K-12 cartel. Beautiful.